Right now, Jamaica is going through a very exciting period. The stock market for the last couple of years has been #1 in the world. We have seen unprecedented levels in terms of IPO, in terms of new firms coming to market, in terms of bond financing. We have seen a large volume of bonds being raised in the capital markets, and we have seen obviously a significant renewal in our infrastructure. Right across Kingston, their investment in infrastructure. Interest rates are at an all-time low, single digits for the last 5 or so years. We have seen certainly a boom in the real estate market, which represents a lot of investment in construction. Unemployment is at an all-time low. And the Jamaican dollar, of course, even though it has some amount of volatility, has been relatively stable. So, now is a time to invest in Jamaica. Investors and business leaders are very confident about the economy, and I think there's opportunities right across the board, from manufacturing, distribution, construction, hospitality, energy, that we should be taking advantage of. As a financier, anytime interest rate is at all-time lows, it basically means that there's a lot of liquidity in the system, and by liquidity we mean a lot of excess cash available to be invested. And what normally happens is that capital will find home in terms of projects or investment opportunities where it's welcome. So with BOJ lowering policy rate, it's basically setting the benchmark for where the cost of money should be, and effectively help to guide commercial banks and persons in the capital markets in terms of what benchmark rates they should be pricing interest loans over. So from my point of view, it's a good thing. The key thing, obviously, and I think the BOJ will be paying attention to that, is that with high liquidity, low interest rates, you can also have a flip side to that, where you have inflationary pressures when you have too much liquidity in the system and this liquidity is not being absorbed at a reasonable rate. So that's something I'm sure the technocrats will pay attention to. But from where I sit, low interest rate, stable inflation spell good for the Jamaican economy, and it allows us to take risk in projects that could not be viable if interest rates were higher. So I welcome, and I would love to see interest rate remain single digit for a sustained period.